Hello, coconuts. Welcome in, welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend, an even better Monday, and I'm excited to be here, getting back into our grilla. Let's see. I still have everything as I left it, which sometimes is confusing to me. Hopefully, I remember the vibes, but I'm just gonna jump back into it. Let's see. And I was using this darker color for the hair, so I'm gonna start there. That seems safe. Let everyone trickle in. Just putting some cute little curly curls. Not too much. I hope everyone's doing well. I myself, I'm a bit tired, so we'll see how long we last this evening. I got stuck in traffic. They were doing some construction, some nighttime construction on the main road leading to our street. And that little lady with her construction vest and that stop sign, she might as well have moved in. She was not moving. That stop sign was not budging. She was like, yeah, y'all gonna be sitting here. We're gonna let all these cars go, then we're gonna let these other cars go. Then we're gonna let them other cars go. Then we're gonna let 3 of y'all go, and then we're gonna start over. So by the time I got through that, and mind you, I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm not even really actively participating. So that's making me sleepy. The car is dark. We're sitting still. Michael's in the back seat, quizzing me on Marvel facts. Not now. Not in the mood. So now I'm a little sleepy. I am. Hey, Danny girl, welcome in. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. So hopefully my energy will find me. Because right now, I ain't got it. This is just a black pen or a black pencil on top of chromium oxide green. Let me pull up my references. Give you guys a refresher for those who were not here last week. We're doing a bit of a combo. Where are those pictures? Discord. Did I tell the Discord I was going live? Yeah, I did. I need to save these on my iPad. Y'all been popping off in the Discord. The art is arting, as always. I'm getting close. Here we go. I'm about to save it down. Save. So we're doing like this lighting technique with this green backlighting. So we're combining the vibes here. And that's how we did this. Hey y'all, welcome in. Hey Coco Bro, hey Tanisha. Welcome in. Oops. Was that Shannon? Hey, Shannon. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Ooh, that was a big kick. Girl, you didn't even have to do all that. My God. My God. Alright, let's see what we can do. Hey, welcome in. She's ready to start coloring. She ready to do something. I'm gonna make the hair a lot darker. But this is our early stages. My favorite candy? I love a Snickers. I'm gonna just say that. Because I could go on and on and on and on. Alright, let me find a dark. Let me see. Maybe even a dark gray. But I don't want that to lift. You know, sometimes when you layer markers, it lifts it up. I don't want that. So I'm gonna come in with the black. And start to add. August going by a little too fast for me. Getting a little body wave in here. Little press and curl for my girl. Can I get a witness up in here? Stunning. Can y'all even see that? Can you see what I'm doing here? Thank you. All right. So now I'm gonna come in with moss green. Same markers we're always using. A mix of all of them. all hands on deck for this one. All hands on deck. This is moss green. We want dimension without it being shiny, because this is in shadow. So we're going for definition without shine. Do a page where you only use color theory. Well, you can't escape color theory. So I need you to, you can't escape color theory. So I need you to elaborate on that. Which theory specifically? Color theory is in everything. It is inevitable. Oops. X-ray is cute. I think they mean only use red, blue, yellow, white, and black. Why would you think that? Is that what you meant, caller? Caller on the line? You know, when I paint, I may use a shade of blue and on top of a different color, and it'll look pinky. So I think I understand what you're saying, kinda. The way that message read to me was a little confusing, but I think you're saying like the way you mix colors together, like when you're painting, and to replicate that. So where you only start and then you mix your colors together. Is that what you're talking about? Because the marker medium is not the same vibe. Like you can't mix your mediums in that same fashion. Especially when you're using darker tones, like dark skin tones and such. So it's not like paint where the colors mix together. They can only layer but so much, especially with darker colors. Thank you. I usually start with my mid-tone and work my way both darker and lighter with pencils on top. Hey Gay, welcome in. Baby Coconut's been kicking me real hard since I got on the live. I don't know what she trying to tell me. Maybe I need to back up off this table. She said, But she's doing good. We're officially halfway through 20 weeks. Pew, 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 pew. And I've got approximately 0 things checked off my to-do list. And that's okay. I'm big as a house. Don't mind it. My back hasn't been hurting, so I don't care. My cousin just gave birth to a 9-pound, 10-ounce baby today. I said, I rebuke that. I rebuke that. I'm not doing that. Coco, let me tell you. 9 pounds, 10 ounces. To me, round up, that's a 10-pounder. That's a 10-pounder. Which reminded me, I meant to Google what makes newborns' weight vary so much from person to person. Michael was 7 pounds, 1 ounce. By the time we left, he was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. So he was not big. I was 7 pounds and change when I was born too. So that seemed like right around where I would like to remain. A 35-week baby that was 12 pounds, not even fully cooked, in 12 pounds, because my cousin baby came out looking like she was 2 months old. So I can only imagine what 12 pounds was giving. Like, how does that happen? Is there certain foods, like, and more so, how do I prevent that? I could do 8 pounds. I could do 8. But it's crazy, those big, huge babies be growing up and being all tall and lanky and stuff. And it always be the little petite girls that be having these big babies that be bigger than their whole body. I'm like, what's that? How'd that happen? Yeah, those are definitely C-section babies for sure. I wouldn't even try. I'm like, go on in there and get her. Go on ahead, where I gotta sign, I will certainly sign. I will sign where I need to sign. Go get this child. Wake me up when you are finished. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Ashley. The scary thing is those measurements they do are not accurate. So they could think the baby is, I mean, they had to know that was a big old baby in there. Y'all had to know. Thank you, Melissa. No, she said, girl, don't get pregnant. She said, just don't even go through it. Just bypass all of that. I haven't even had like any thoughts about like giving birth. When I was pregnant with my son, because it was my first time. I thought about it a lot. Now it's kind of like an item on the to-do. And I remember when I was in the hospital, I saw this woman who was like, had a baby and was like already like getting stuff done. Like she was literally nursing the baby. She had her phone in the other hand. She was making calls. She was making arrangements. I'm like, what? She was like, this is my third child. I was like, oh. She said, this baby ain't stopping nothing. Okay. I'm out of here. Uh-oh. Oh, my alarm system went off, but it was Mr. Coco. So I want there to be like a spotlight kind of effect behind her, where it's like vignetted behind her, if that makes sense. Alright, so her skin is done in terms of her face. Now I need to figure out what the other things are gonna be. Let's do her fingers so I could get all the green skin down. I love this cooking video with y'all. Thank you. We haven't done one in a long time. We've been so busy. Times have been rough, honestly. Ain't nobody feel like filming nothing that we didn't have to. And that's like a little fun project that we do, but we are gonna bring it back. Maybe in like a couple of weeks. Thank you, thank you. Mostly Ohuhu markers, a little bit of Copic. I'm mixing some Cali Art markers as well. Those are the main guys that I use. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and following. Love you, mean it. I read in color. I'm not very good at it, so I miss a lot of comments, but I color, like I make sure I'm in a good spot where I can't go outside of the lines too much, and then I glance real quick. I do a quick glance, and sometimes I can only catch the first part. So then I gotta stop coloring and scroll back up. Actually, I need a little bit more. What did I use for my base color? Potato brown, I believe. I was just saying, I feel really tired today. Like, I was just sitting in the car and we were just sitting perfectly still because they were doing construction on the road. And you know, like when you sit still for a certain amount of time, everything you've been through hits you at once. That's what it felt like happened. I felt like the little bit that I was holding on to left me. but I'm starting to feel revived. How are you feeling today? Hey, welcome in. Oops, wrong end. Is that what that's called? It was like everything just, all of it drained. And I'm running on E, baby. And this is still bronze green. This is her skin tone. Exhausted, thanks for asking. We're all in this together. I feel like I'm gonna be exhausted for the next 4 months. And then I'm gonna have a baby. So add 18 years. Plus or minus. So I might as well just get comfortable, you know what I mean? Thank you. Carry the 1. Exactly, move the decimal point 2 point places to the right. And that gives us approximately the rest of my life. Michael is excited about the baby. He's been shouting to my belly. He's very determined for her to be born, knowing exactly who he is. And I'm sure it's working. She's very responsive to his voice. He's not playing around. He's like, I want her to know my voice as much as she knows your voice. I'm like, okay, well, I hear it's loud like a vacuum in the womb, so she's hearing everything very distorted. But it's not a competition, kid. She hears my voice all day whether I'm talking to her or not. She hears Big Mama, Big Mama. All right, let me scooch up over. But my parents were asking him yesterday if he's gonna give up his room at their house so Coco can have a nursery there. And he said, no. I said, well, you had a nursery at Gigi and Papa's house. It's like, well, she could take one of the other guest rooms. I'm like, well, Gigi and Papa don't have kids that live there. It's a little excessive for them to have 2 bedrooms dedicated to 2 kids that don't live there. He said, well, I don't know what to tell you. It sounds like someone else's problem at this point. I said, well, Coco just gonna be in the bassinet in y'all's room, I guess. My dad said, oh, really? This is the first time hearing this. I'm like, listen, y'all gotta put her somewhere. I'm going to bed. That's what grandparents are for. Yesterday was my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. Wow. That's a lifetime. Thank you for the nail, love. Thank you. Our wedding years are exactly 30 years apart because this was our 10-year. Like, we got married the same year my parents were celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary. And now we've been married for 10 years. My parents been married for 40 years. Like, that's crazy. Oops. Your parents' anniversary is August 13th. Wow. And my in-laws are celebrating their 40th anniversary next spring. Everybody married. Ooh, that fan feels good. Been married 35 years. Wow, congratulations. That is beautiful. I'll be 34 next week. I'm not even caught up. $20 on the 28th. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Incredible. What's the secret to longevity? Because it's ghetto in these marriage changes. It is ghetto. The first step is acknowledging this is ghetto. I don't even have any secrets, honestly. Communication, everybody knows that. Honesty. I think the thing that helps me, our marriage has gotten easier over time, right? Which I think it should, right? You go through the honeymoon phase. We didn't really have a honeymoon phase. We started out the gate on the struggle bus. We started out strong in the trenches. Immediately in the trenches. And then it got easier over time. We learned each other. I just always had to remind myself, and he has to remind himself, it is our responsibility to make ourselves happy first. You can't expect your partner to be responsible for your happiness. You need to be happy and come to bring that to the relationship. You can't depend on that from them. And then also remembering to see each other. It gets very easy for someone that you live with who's around you all the time to fade into the background, and you forget that they have needs and dreams and hopes and desires and all these things, and you have to stay present and stay attentive to this person who's also changing, right? You're changing, they're changing, so you constantly have to fall back in love with each other, because through the evolution of just getting older and having different life experiences, so many things happen. I'm not the same person that he married. He's not the same person that I married. We're different. Sometimes you are no longer compatible. And if it goes unchecked long enough, that's when that distance starts to grow. So just checking in, being present. I don't really do the love language stuff. So I don't even know. I want all the love languages. I don't want to choose. You know what I mean? I want words of affirmation. I want acts of service. I want physical touch. I want all of that. Yeah. So, I communicate that. I let them know. Do I care enough to go over this? Because I'm about to use colored pencil. Not really. This marker was dried out. Yeah, I'm greedy with love. I want all the love in all forms. All forms of love, yes. I'll take 2. Thank you. But he's also the same way. We're a very affectionate family. We talk. You know, I'll talk that man to death. I'll talk him to death. Listen, if you follow me on my Coco Not Coloring page, you know I will talk that man's ear off the side of his head. Don't give a damn. And he be loving it. And he be talking back. See, I do those little clips because they're cute and they're funny. But he was, I don't know if I did that to him or what, but let that man get to yapping, okay? He will be on it. He was yapping in that damn car. One thing I don't be doing is yapping in the car because I be dozing off. Something got programmed in my mind. My parents were the type of parents that throw me in the car and ride me around till I go to sleep. As soon as I sit in that car, I'm lights out. So you want me to be quiet? Put me in that car. My brain goes silent. And he was in there talking. He was like, "This is it, babe. This is it. I'm so proud of you. Like, this is when it matters. This is when it." I'm sitting there. I'm literally like, "Girl, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You speaking life over me, and I just need to close my eyes. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Tell me this when we about to go to bed, because that's when I'll be extra turned. As soon as I get in that bed when I'm supposed to be falling asleep, I said, "Babe, I saw this TikTok today." It was crazy. Did you see that one? And then I got this email today. It all comes out. It has to, because that's how I decompress. Who needs a diary when you have a man who's trying to fall asleep? You can just tell him everything. It's a great release. Slowly tortures him. It checks all the boxes. Warm and fuzzy. Then it gets him kind of alert, and then you roll over. Good night. Talk to you in the morning. Now I feel great. Put your ice cold anemic toes on him. And then fake sleep. Y'all know I know all the ways to torture your man. That's another secret to a long-lasting marriage. You have to play entirely too much, okay? Someone got to play around. Y'all know he's a serious Capricorn. Silent treatment does not work on Capricorns. I always like to snitch on y'all. If you have a Capricorn in your life who you love and you would like to make them pay for their crimes, do not give them the silent treatment. They love that. They enjoy that. Mess around, they may never talk to you again. It's not effective. You must go the other way. This is a black pencil. Now me, if you give me the silent treatment, that's gonna really piss me all the way off, for sure. But it's a short window. It's a short window. If you do the silent treatment for too extended of a time, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I've lost interest. But there's a sweet spot. You can effectively torture me with the silent treatment. But I will move on. So don't drag it. Make it a quick 1-2, in and out. Giving me the silent treatment results and never hearing from me again. See, that's the tricky thing about the silent treatment. You don't know who you're dealing with sometimes. You may never hear from them again. Let the record reflect. Don't give Mary the silent treatment unless you're trying to get rid of Mary for good. She gone. I'm not in the stage of my life where I have people that would like who's giving me the silent treatment. My husband is a walking silent treatment like that. I wouldn't even notice if he was giving me the silent treatment. He's a man of few words. I'll be damned if a friend give me the silent treatment. Girl, you out your damn mind. What the hell wrong with you? You got an attitude? And what about it? I'm going to get over that. You think I'm going to be 33 dealing with a friend giving me the silent treatment? You got 3 seconds to say what's on your mind. Or this is it. I only got the silent treatment from people I wanted to shut up anyway. Exactly. Exactly. All right, this worked out nicely. Finally, some peace. The thing is, as a yapper, I'm not a constant yapper. So what happens is, yap, 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 and then I go completely silent. You know what I mean? So sometimes that can be off-putting. But it's just a recharge. It's a recharge. I can't constantly yap. So I take breaks. Sometimes the breaks end up being long. But I won't talk if I have nothing to say. Because y'all ever met somebody who needs to fill the air? That is not me, and I actually get a little annoyed with that. I try to be understanding because I know that sometimes it's like a nervous thing. But it's okay to just stop talking sometimes. It's okay. Like, we could just be quiet. I don't want to do the small talk stuff. Because mind you, we were already running late. I told Mr. Coco, listen, we got to get back home by a certain time because I still got to eat. And then I got to get ready to go on live. So we were looking at printers because our toner printer decided she don't want to work no more. So we was at the store looking at printers. And a sales associate comes up and they're like, oh, what are you looking at? And of course, he's sitting here asking the sales associate. That's not my lifestyle. I don't like to ask sales associates a damn thing ever. Okay? Because first of all, I don't be thinking y'all even really know for real. And secondly, what I'm asking you for when I got TikTok in my hand. Okay? I can ask the people. So he's asking them, she's like, yeah, you're definitely going to want a toner printer for what you guys are doing. You know, if you just, because we're trying to print the black and white pages, because we have a great printer for our art prints. But we need stuff for like our coloring pages. So I already told Mr. Coco we need a laser printer. We don't want to be paying all that ink just for our black and white pages. So I was like, yeah, you're going to definitely want a laser printer. Unless you're like some sort of freaking artist or something who's using color ink all the time. Like, so you guys wouldn't need that. To me, that's a perfect opportunity to keep my business to myself. So I'm like, yeah. We don't need that. Actually, my wife is an artist. Now, why? Now, why would you go ahead and say that when we're on a time crunch and this guy looks like he is trying to waste time before his shift is over? By the time we were done, I know this man works for XYZ school district. He teaches grades 6, 7, and 8th. He's trying to get up out of there. Sir. And then Mr. Coco was trying to pick up. He's been addicted to these steak bowls from this Mexican restaurant down the street. I said, okay, well, we had to check out. Plus, you had to go pick up your food, and the restaurant closes in 12 minutes. Now he turned into Usain Bolt, and he run through the damn store. We could have avoided all of that. We could have. Had we just let my little TikTok research do the talking. But you want to tell this man our whole life story. And he returned the favor. Just yapping. I'm just doing light pressure because I'm trying to build up the color. So tomorrow, coconuts, the pre-order book campaign giveaway begins. I was trying to walk away. Michael was trying to walk away. Michael, we gotta go. Michael kept looking at me. Mommy, are you still going live tonight? I'm like, why don't you ask that a little louder for your daddy? But we have a giveaway that you guys can enter tomorrow. I'll share the link everywhere. And if you pre-ordered, you just fill in the information with your pre-order, but you can also pre-order it tomorrow up through September 9th, I want to say. And then you get a signed boilerplate sticker from me. And I said boilerplate, bookplate sticker from me. And a sticker and a chance to win a 300 marker set from Ohuhu. So that's really fun. I signed over 1,000 of those stickers today. So my hand is a little sore, a little tight. But I did my duties. So that will go up tomorrow. Alright, so now I'm gonna start blending with moss green. If you're in the club, the link is already dropped. I dropped it with our Monday morning announcements. I saw a lot of feedback about the challenge this week. Brought to you by my fresh mouth son. I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I gotta come up with my challenge for the club. He said, can I do it? I said, well, what you got? So he's like, how about they have to pick 3 markers with their eyes closed, and then that's what they have to use to color their next page. I said, ooh, scandalous. I like it. But I did say y'all can use supplementary colors if necessary, okay? You're not bound to only those 3 colors. But I think that would be very interesting. I might even participate. That'll definitely not be in a book. That would be a loose page. But I'm excited to see what y'all come up with for sure. You gotta Do Bubble Girl, the one with the glasses and the braided buns. A new color page. The ice cream girl. The summer scoop girl. That would be cute. That would be cute. And that's kind of like colorful by nature. So if you get, as long as you don't get like black, brown, and olive green, that might not fit the vibe. Maybe you should pick your colors, then pick the page that fits the vibe of the colors. Because if it was up to him, y'all would have to use just those 3 colors, skin tone included. Like, y'all be SOL. You got 80s colors? Okay, well, at least it's like a vibe. You can like build an aesthetic around it, make it look intentional. What page are you gonna do? Coffee cocoa. What's coffee cocoa? Yes, you can do tints and shades of those colors for sure. I would say just make it like the majority of the color, but you can like add dimension and you can like add in like skin tone and stuff. Oh, yes, the bookshelf girly girl. That would be perfect because there's lots of like different components to those. With Sharpies, do I use like the acrylic markers, or are you asking what markers do I use? This black doesn't want to sharpen very well. Let's see if I have another one. This is my black by Prismacolor. The ones I'm using right now. Ohuhu markers mixed with like a little bit of Cali art. I think those are the only 2 that I use for this page, but I have all of my supplies linked in my bio. Bless you, Michael. Bless you. I do have, hey Morgan, I do have quite a selection of different markers I've accumulated. I actually have not bought new markers in a while, intentionally. It has been a good little minute since I bought anything because don't need all that. I'm trying not to be in the consumerism cycle all the damn time. Hey, Wade, how you been? It's a nose for a month and it's been something. I feel that pain. The feeling, the craziness that you feel when you actually spend nothing. Because there's a difference of like spending lightly or being conscious with your spending versus no spending. No spending will really have you itching and scratching. Like Tyrone Biggums. When you really put a halt on the funds, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And don't let me run out of nothing. Because now I got to start all over. Anytime I do no spend, all I can think about is all the stuff I need. Like, damn, I ain't got no moisturizer. I should have bought some more ankle socks before I did this. I ain't got no socks. I'm like, damn. Well, I don't think this mascara gonna last me this month. And then you open up this damn app. They really did something to this app. And we should have left. There should have been a mass exodus when they started turning this joint into QVC. And you know what I did? I stayed. And I started putting my credit card information in and started swiping. Falling for it. I know better than that. I do. I got those toner pads, those, how you say it? It's like JIYU. I don't know how to pronounce it. I literally got bullied into buying those. Literally. I feel like I was robbed. I don't know. I feel like I could actually sue. They followed me. They harassed me. Like, unfortunately, I do like them. Unfortunately. And that's upsetting. I've been using them for about a little over maybe like 10 days. A little over maybe like 10 days. And I have noticed a difference. Oh, I didn't need that. You know, my pregnancy skin has been changing. I'm not really familiar. I don't really know her like that. And these little toner pads are making my skin calm down and look a little more familiar to me. Unfortunately, I wake up looking very dewy, youthful, vibrant. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. Now, the way the ads make it seem like it changes your life. You know, the mortgage was still due last week. Like, it's not. And now I'm a supermodel type deal. Like, people be acting like their skin has gone through a major transformation. And I would say I've seen a noticeable difference in my husband. Like, made one comment the other day, like, "Oh, your skin looks nice." You know, it's that type of vibe. Like, you look like you take care of yourself. But it's not a, and now you have glass skin overnight type situation. No, I don't want to influence y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need it. You don't need it. I don't know those markers, actually. I'm not familiar with those. The toner pads are a little expensive, though. That's why I don't like trying stuff that I don't want to, like, repurchase all the time. Like, it's like 40. I had, like, a little coupon. One thing TikTok is going to do is give you a coupon. Not the mononucleosis. What? Oh, the minoxidil. The minoxidil. See, the thing is, like, I have to think about it. Like, did the minoxidil work, or was I just pregnant and I didn't know? I don't know. I think it was the minoxidil, though. Let's see. Still waiting for your edges. When did you start using it? I used mine for about, I want to say 3 months. And my edges started to sprout, but then I had to stop because I found out that I was pregnant. Oh, you still early. Okay. Yeah, in the early, like, first month or two, I actually had some shedding and some, like, dry skin, like, patchiness around my edges. So if you experience that, that's the hair making room for the new. The new. Oh, they want you to get the person who's spamming the chat. I was just ignoring them. For our arm. I'm gonna make this eyebrow darker. Nope, I need black. Black on black on black. Yes, I changed the directions of my strokes to help with blending and to create like 3-dimensional form. So I'll rotate the strokes in different ways if I want different effects, if that makes sense. I'm gonna have to darken all of this at some point. Not right now. Y'all see me on my replay game, you know I'm not playing around, okay? I'm getting them bad boys up. I've been on it. I've been on my zoom with the replays. Been getting them locked and loaded. Once I had my new hard drive. Now, where did all those colored pencils on the floor come from? My son? Had to be. Alright, let's do this arm. I'm trying to make haste with this arm. The next season of Bridgerton don't come out until next year. That seems like a long ass time. Like, hello, I forgot what even happened. I gotta rewatch the last season. Sorry, when I said make haste, it reminded me of Bridgerton. I don't even know if they made an announcement. I looked it up. I was like, hello? Where the hell is Bridgerton? And they got my son waiting for 17 years for the new Spider-Man to come out. I'm like, bro, what? I don't understand. He gonna be grown by the time that come out. I know. By the time they get to season 7, the whole cast's gonna be 83 years old. Yeah, why? And I thought we were gonna get a little Queen Charlotte season 2. There's a couple seasons of Bridgerton that I didn't like as much as I liked Queen Charlotte. That show was everything. Loved it. Loved it down. Actually, Queen Charlotte was my gateway into Bridgerton. I watched Queen Charlotte before I watched Bridgerton. That's the only reason why I even started watching Bridgerton. And what was I surprised to see that Bridgerton was hardly around Queen Charlotte to begin with. I thought I was getting more Charlotte, darling. Then I realized it is called Bridgerton. It's probably about the Bridgertons. And then season 1 of Bridgerton, I felt alive. And then season 2, I said, where's our couple? Where's our newlyweds? Where are they? I don't like that. I don't like that each season you fall in love with a couple and then they disappear in the next season. Where the hell did they go? gotta get emotionally attached to new people every time. It's a lot. And then I gotta wait 17 years between each season. The season 1 guy wouldn't renew his contract. Oh. Well, know your worth, sir. I hope it was worth it. You abandoned us. He was cute too. He was a cutie patootie. Thank you for the follows. Shonda's doing a couple of spin-offs. Well, I need her to spin in another season of Bridgerton. See, that's the problem. She be trying to do too many things. Okay. I would love an Anthony and Kate spinoff, actually. I would. I'm not gonna lie, I would. Anthony and Kate are the season 2. You know, the brother. And then he was gonna marry the girl, but then he went with the sister. Yeah, I wasn't like a real Shondaland stan myself. I got into How to Get Away with Murder way later. I got into that during the pandemic. It was already said and done. But never watched Scandal, never watched Grey's. I just never even attempted to watch those, actually. Thank you. Everyone I know who watches Grey's, like, they're very loyal. Love it, love it, love it. My best friend loves Grey's. But by the time I even, like, gained any kind of interest, I was, like, 300 seasons behind, and I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. I feel like I would like it because I like all those kinds of shows. Like, I loved House. I loved, like, give me a medical drama. You know what I mean? I'm in there. I can't get into, like, the fire department dramas. Like, you know, people love, like, the fire stuff. Not really. I'm not into that. I can get into like a police drama. You know, I can get into a little Law and Order SVU. You know, Stabler. And I can get into a medical drama. Although I got hooked 2 years ago, you can do it. I can do it. Okay. Y'all are trying to influence me to start. Chicago man. Okay. That sounds like something I'll be into. I watched like Amsterdam and like, you know, I could get into a little hospital drama. I know real life medical drama be messy as hell, okay? I just know it is. Because they spend too much damn time in that hospital, okay, for it not to be. I know the medical drama in real life be piping hot. These shows probably don't even do it justice. Oh, I like The Resident. Was The Resident still airing? Is that gonna be impacted now? The thing is, I will start something I won't finish. That's where I get annoyed with these seasons being too far apart. Cause that's how I ended up not finishing Blind Spot all those years ago. I was locked in Blind Spot. They took off a little too much time in between seasons. They lost me forever. I was gone. Ouch. Scratched myself. We only worked on this one day last week, so we're not in bad shape. Hey Kenzie, welcome in. Happy you caught alive. I don't usually watch Perfect Match. Should I? I don't like the way that Love Island dragged me into the world the way it did. I felt very I don't even know. Submerged. The way that show just really took over my life in a real life way concerned me. So I feel like I need to protect my energy. This is actually a coloring book that I had printed, but I actually am in the very beginning stages of bringing my coloring books in-house, which has been a interesting process for us. So I can actually show you a book that I made today. I made it today. It's a sneak peek of something that's coming out very soon. But I made a book. and it's spiral bound. And this is a combination of volume 8 and volume 10 in one book. And I made this in my house today. And it's spiral bound, so you can just like flip it straight to your page. You can single it out. This is what I did all day. And it's so cool because I can like have so much more creative freedom. This is the back cover. But, because this is like my actual page that I colored, that I photographed and printed. And I never did that before. Isn't that fun? And I can make it as many pages as I want, and we can make them on demand. And we don't have to... Listen, one day soon, I'm going to tell you guys all how we've been getting played. How we have been getting played so terribly. And how there were, for the past several months, books going out the door that we were losing money on because we were being charged so much for these books. And I've been wondering why I've been broke for the past 8 months, and we have been absolutely just getting taken advantage of. So now we're going to take back our control, and we're going to bring every mother effing thing back in-house where we can control it. Because child, the prices that I would have to charge y'all for a coloring book to continue this current relationship would be so egregious. Never in my life would I do that. So what was happening is, like, every time we sold a book, I was losing $1 or $2. And I said, I can't do this. I'm about to go out of business. So we're bringing it in-house, and I love it. I love it more than any book that we've ever done, because I can customize it however I want. So we're about to pull every book off the site. All of them, and start from scratch this week. So yeah, I've been going through it. But I'm happy. I actually feel relieved. So we print like all of our art prints, and like a lot of our stuff is printed in-house already. So now it's just about getting the things together so that we can print and assemble the books ourselves, and we can just really have creative freedom, which is important to me. So the one thing is that we are going to move to spiral bound until we can save up to get like, I don't even know, like a book binding machine, because those run you about 30 racks. So we're not in a spare 30 racks place. So we are going to move to spiral bound. But I do love spiral bound, and we already have like our coloring calendar and stuff like that, so you guys are familiar with that. And I think that that's still good. But yeah, so all the volumes will be back. We just need to restock ourselves. So I'm happy. And then we can like be more fun with like sizing and customization and things like that. We can really just like get back to the artistic part of it and not just be so bound to the production and the requirements of someone else. So yeah, I think I'm excited. I have been very down for a very long time. Realistically, I've been extremely down. I have been having a hard time like enjoying the pregnancy because I've been so concerned about the business, because the sales are there, the demand is there, and I was like, why is my bank account literally dwindling every day? And then once we figured out the problem, I was like, oh, oh, well, I can fix that. Snatchies. I'm taking my stuff back and I'll do it myself. So I feel a sense of relief, and I feel a lot better today and yesterday than I have in a long time. So it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of effort. But I kind of thrive in that. Like, I'm a hands-on person. I don't like when I'm just stuck at the computer. So I'm into it and I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. So I'm happy. So we're just moving through the open orders that we have now, and then new era begins, and we can continue on. Thank you. And we can do journals, we can do sketchbooks, like we can make whatever we want, because now I have that equipment. I'm so excited. You guys are all very creative people, so you know the joy that comes with not having to be confined and being able to like really create. So I'm excited to like just like see where my mind takes all of us. Thank you. Because I was like looking back at like old content of mine where it was like we were coming out with notepads and stickers and all these things like so often, and it just was like very expressive for me. And I just, even though we were always so busy, I felt really fulfilled in what I was doing. And I've been lacking that because it felt like I was just so restrained by what I was able to do, and all of my money was going towards just inventory that we were not profitable on anymore. And then it turns into an issue where I can't come out with new notepads because I can't afford to do that and sell coloring books. I can't come out with new stickers because I had to dedicate all of this money and resources to the coloring books, and that wasn't ever what Coco Michelle was supposed to be. So I feel like God came with the alarm clock and said, okay, baby girl, time to wake up. Get on up. Thank you. And it was right on time. As always. And I got too comfortable and I trusted people I shouldn't. And as someone who has like a decade and a half of business acumen for multi-billion-dollar corporations, I don't like that I slept on my own business like that. That makes me very pissed off. And that also puts like a fire under me to like get myself back in order. You know what I mean? Yes, I do have prints of things that I've already colored. I actually just added about 7 or 8 onto the website. So all of the prints, I think from volume 8, all of my pages from volume 8 that I completed are up, and volume 10. So those are up on my site. So, but I am giving myself grace because when you're like burnt out and tired and overworked, and we've been going nonstop since 2018 and going full-time since 2020. And then I was also working full-time as a business development manager for Klarna and running Coco Michelle at the height of like our virality. I don't know why I enunciated every damn syllable in that word, but y'all get the point. And things will slip through the cracks, like, because you literally can't care about everything. You know what I mean? You cannot care about anything. No, I do not lose money from those. I actually shut everything off on the site that I lose money from. So everything that's up there, feel free. Thank you. Yes, I worked at Klarna last year. I quit in March. I worked there for a year and a month. My plan was to work there for 1 year. And then I put in my notice exactly on my 1 year anniversary. But then they had made some changes, and I was like, okay, I'll extend my notice to like not leave y'all hanging. But I was a business manager for Klarna. So I worked on like corporate Klarna and basically managed our accounts with retailers. So I was the account manager for Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Foot Locker. I had Dooney and Burke. I had so many brands I can't even remember. Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Foot Locker were like my big three though that I paid the most attention to. And I just managed the relationship between them, try to get them to like buy more Klarna products from us. And it was very intense. It was a very intense job. Lots of contracts, lots of negotiations, lots of sales meetings, lots of quarterly business reviews. Like it was so many PowerPoint presentations. So many. I work in tech sales. I went out. Yeah, like that was my first like intro into like the tech space. So Klarna is considered financial tech, and big ups to the tech girls, cause me, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. I did not travel at all. It was all like, cause we already had the accounts. Like we had a team dedicated to new business, and I wasn't on that team, so I was like maintaining and trying to step up the current business. But I went to the city about once a month, but it was mostly just virtual, and I was remote, 100% remote. My team was based in New York City. There was one woman who was in Philly. One of the guys on my team was in Switzerland. So we were kind of all over, but centrally we were supposed to be in New York. There was a trip that we could have, like, you could go on like the corporate trips and stuff like that. Like everybody went to Sweden for like a big meeting. I ended up getting COVID and not going. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. And then I got COVID. I didn't want COVID. I would have rather have gone than to get COVID, but they didn't tell me they was going to have Khalees perform, because I would have made the trip. And then they was on Slack talking about, oh, they got some like D-list artists to perform at the big meeting. I said, who was it? They said Khalees. I beg your pardon? Who a D-list celebrity? And watch your mouth. Don't you ever talk about our bossy queen like that again. Khalees. You out your damn mind. Yes, the one whose milkshake brought the boys in the yard. Not just any boys. Her milkshake brought Nas to the yard. She pulled Nas. Can we stop this? Can we stop this? She pulled Nas. You gonna call her a D-list anything? Y'all don't know culture. Y'all don't know culture. Y'all don't know culture. I would have flown to Sweden if I knew that I could have brought the boys to the yard with Khalees. But I didn't really know anybody like that to be traveling internationally with them. I was like a little freaked out. I was a little freaked out. And then it ended up being like a super spreader event, and the whole company got COVID. So I was like, well, I'm healing. I'm great. I'm better now. But working for those kinds of companies, it's like, it's $1 billion company valuation wise, but it still operates like a startup. So they're a little disorganized. And by little, I mean completely and utterly. Nobody know what the hell going on ever. And coming from Macy's corporate, where it is very much the opposite, where everything is very much tied up in a bow. Not to say it's not chaotic, but there was order. Very, very orderly. I was getting like overwhelmed, and I don't like when I have to spend a lot of time looking for answers when I'm trying to get stuff done. And then they had like this AI bot that they started telling us like, oh, if you have questions, just ask the bot. Girl, the bot would ask me my question back to me. Like, girl, what? I asked you that. I'm like, hey Kiki, where can I find this? Then she would say, you should try looking in a place where you would find this. I'm like, right. That's what I'm asking you though. So where would that place be? She'd say, I would look wherever you would find this document. Right, that unfortunately is the document in question, which means I don't know where that is, you know? So, girl, get off my phone playing with me. Running on vibes and last minute demands, precisely. But the people were, love them down. Love the people. And that was really like the main thing that I was like looking for when I went back to work. Cause I've told this story before, but you know, it's past our bedtime, might as well. So right before I started at Klarna, we had went on a trip to Hawaii, my husband and I surprised my husband with a trip to Hawaii for his birthday because my husband is afraid of flying and he would never plan a trip at all. So I just took it upon myself and planned the trip. And he was super excited. We went there. We had worked really hard. We had done like all of these wholesale orders with Macy's, and we were just doing really well for ourselves and we wanted to celebrate. So we went to Hawaii. So we just straight cash paid for it. Boom. Come back and we were owed maybe about 50 grand in invoices from Macy's. So should have came on this date. It didn't come. I'm emailing the team. I'm emailing. This money is not coming, right? This went on for months where we are owed over $50,000. Okay. That is not good for your mental health. Because we spent $17,000 cash on the inventory. Plus we just spent at least 10 bands on vacation, okay? Expecting to come back to $50,000 in our account, and it did not come for months. And it wrecked my brain because I had this little boy who Michael was maybe 3 at the time. My husband had quit his job to work at Coco Michelle full time, and all of our eggs were in the Coco Michelle basket, and the basket had a hole in it. Okay, the eggs was falling out the bottom. So I'm like, really like, okay, I just ruined my entire family's life. Cool, great. Love that for me. And fell into like a really bad mental space and was not doing great, right? Not doing great, not getting out of bed, not taking a shower, not brushing my teeth, like full sad mommy vibes, right? And decided that I was going to create a coloring book. This is the origin story of Coloring with Coco, which is also the origin story of me working at Klarna, very much intertwined. So at this time I had maybe like a handful of brand deals that I'd ever gotten, so that wasn't a reliable source of income. People were not buying anything from me like in any capacity that would offset a $50,000 loss. I'm spiraling. So I started to come up with Coloring with Coco, and I'm convinced that this is going to be the thing that changes our lives, which was correct, but not as quickly as I had hoped. And I said, I had to do something. Like, I've literally put everyone in my family in such harmful positions. I'm just going to hit up my old boss from Macy's and see if there's any openings, because I know that she was like a big wig at Klarna now. I text her, hey girl, how you doing? What's up with Klarna? Like, how are you enjoying it? She was like, if you want a job, I'll hire you right now. Like, okay. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like, yeah. The interview process took 8 months. So in these 8 months, I literally sent an email to the chief merchandising officer, who used to be my divisional boss. She got promoted after I left, and was like, I have not gotten paid for Macy's. I'm owed X amount of dollars, and I really hate to like send you an email like all the way in the C-suite, but like it's low-key ruining my life. She sent one email and all of a sudden I'm paid. And you ever like go through something like really crazy and then like the solution was like so simple? Like the solution was like right there. Could have been emailed her. But well, she could hire me. Like basically like they were trying to find a spot for me because my skill set versus the openings was not aligning, right? They didn't want to put me in an entry-level job, but there was no openings for where I needed to be. Plus, they do like the Google-style interviews where you have to do like all of these like cognitive tests, behavioral tests. Like, I basically had to take like the SATs again. Like, I was just like, girl, can you just believe I'm smart? I promise. So I had to like pass exams and like if Peter and Paul, you know, all this stuff. In the meantime, I come out with Coloring with Coco. No one cares. Womp womp, we know that. It was a flop. I get paid from Macy's. I'm getting out of bed again. I'm taking showers. Things are getting a little brighter. I know I have a job coming, so I'm like a little bit more like, okay, let me try and make some shake with TikTok, because TikTok was like the newer thing, right? For like people who weren't 12. So I come on TikTok. I have been posting like my digital art a little bit. And I post a video of me coloring. And it does a little something. It got like 100,000 views. I said, now hold on. That's interesting. I didn't want to post it on Instagram because I felt embarrassed that I was at this time 30 years old and coloring books. That felt a little childish and unserious to me, and I wanted to be a serious artist. Dang it. So I hid on TikTok and I didn't tell anyone I was over here. And then I posted my second video where I colored with only crayons, and it got millions of views. And everything started to change. The sales started going crazy. Like everything in a split second changed. Just like that. financial problems resolved. I got my money from Macy's. My sales were going crazy. My TikTok was growing and everything was changing. And then I was like, I don't even need to work. I don't even need to get a job. And the next day after I went viral, I got my official job offer. I said, well, I guess we're going in there. And I mean, the pay was crazy. It was like, I don't even remember what my total comp, like with like RSUs and all in, like I was like at like $187,000 annually for this job. I wasn't turning it down. I said, well, I'm gonna go in there and see what they talking about. At least I'm gonna go see what they talking about. And I worked there, and right before I started, I got invited to MSNBC to like do this like entrepreneur thing, and it was like everything was happening all at the same time. It was insane how quickly it changed. And that's why when I get on here and I talk to y'all about like, you actually just have to keep going, because we unfortunately don't have visibility to God's plan, right? We can just do what we're told and trust. And even in the darkest times, like you could literally be right at the other side of everything changing. Like you could be right there. It's never a good time to give up. You just right there. So that's like all this stuff that's happening with my printer and all this stuff, and now we got to switch gears and all this stuff. Like, okay, I'm a pivot, because that's what is so obvious to me, that it is time to pivot. So I'm gonna pivot. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna lace up my boots and I'm gonna get to work, and that's it. And I know that on the other side of this, it can all change, and just like that. So I'm gonna just listen and do what I have to do. So I'm excited. The Klarna journey came to an end. I was in a place where I could walk away from a job that was paying that much so I could focus on my art and continue on this journey with you guys. I started going live. All of that happened because I was at Klarna, and I could take the burden of my livelihood off of my creativity, right? It's very hard if you're a creative, especially a full-time creative. It's very, very hard to function creatively when your livelihood depends on it, right? You're not creating for the sake of creating when your bills are due. You're creating for the consumer, you're creating for the sale, and it takes away that spark. And Klarna gave me that breath of fresh air, where even though I was working 8 to 10 hours a day and then coming on live and hanging with y'all, and we used to be on here all damn night. I'll be on here at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, all right, y'all, I was down in the basement and we will be on here all night, and then I would get up and I would clock in. I never told y'all I was working because I didn't want y'all to feel like we couldn't hang out, or y'all felt like guilty about me being on and hanging with y'all. So I just kept it to myself, because I just wanted to vibe with y'all. And it all worked out, because then I could just create and be free and not worry about everything else. So, and I would go back to work any day. If I felt like I needed to do that, I would definitely do that. Luckily, I wasn't in a place yet with Coco Michelle and this whole situation with the non-profitability, where I needed to go back to work. But if I needed to go back to work, I have no shame in that. I have no shame in that. And I'll do whatever I need to do, because I listen. Sometimes I'm as obedient as I can be. I try. I do try. So I'm excited for this next chapter and whatever comes of it, because I've been through so many things. There's so many parts of my story, especially about that specific chapter in my life, that I've never even shared with anyone, that were very hectic, and we made our way through it. So I'm never gonna give up. I'm never gonna let any of this stress me to the point where I can't push through. And that's the truth. You know, I like to preach every once in a while. Not too much. But I feel like we're in a good spot. So she says hi. That was a good yawn. Especially since I'm tired. And it's 11:25. We made good progress. I think we could finish this by tomorrow. Because these just solid blocks are hard to do. Over here, we don't have like too much because this is just gonna be like irradiated. I gotta figure out what color I want the shirt to be in the light, and then that's it. 'Tis all. So I'll see you guys back on here tomorrow, 9:15. I'll have more information about when the new books will drop when I talk to you guys tomorrow night. Because we're getting everything in order quick, fast, and in a hurry. So we've been troubleshooting all day. We're probably going to do some more tonight. I still hear Mr. Coco in his office. So more to come. Thank you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. I love you. Good night.